What if the one thing holding you back is the key to unlocking all your potential? Fear. It's the invisible force that holds so many of us back from achieving what we're truly capable of. Whether it's fear of failure, fear of the unknown, or fear of stepping out of our comfort zones, it keeps us stuck in place, preventing growth and progress. But what if you could turn that fear into fuel for success? In today's video, we're diving into how to overcome fear and use it to your advantage to shape the future you want. Stick around because the tools we're about to cover might just change your life. First, let's talk about what fear actually is. Most people think of fear as something negative, an enemy to be avoided. But fear can actually be a guide. It often shows up when you're about to do something important, something meaningful. Think of fear as your body's way of telling you that you're on the edge of something big. The moment you recognize fear as an indicator of growth, you take away its power. Instead of seeing fear as a stop sign, see it as a signal that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, where real progress happens. This shift in perspective will not only help you push past fear, but also encourage you to seek out situations that make you feel uncomfortable, because that's where growth lies. The next step is to reframe your relationship with fear. Instead of viewing it as a barrier, start seeing it as a stepping stone toward success. Whenever you feel fear creeping in, remind yourself that this is a sign you're doing something that matters. One helpful technique is to ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? By doing this, you ground your fear in reality and often find that the worst-case scenario isn't nearly as bad as you imagined. Fear, in many cases, is a byproduct of uncertainty, and confronting that uncertainty with logic reduces its grip. By accepting that fear is a part of the journey and moving forward despite it, you'll find yourself growing stronger with every step. One of the most powerful tools you can use to overcome fear is visualization. Athletes, artists, and leaders use this technique to achieve their goals. And so can you. Start by picturing yourself in a future where fear no longer holds you back. Visualize yourself confidently taking risks, making bold moves, and achieving the life you've always wanted. The clearer this mental picture becomes, the more motivated you'll be to take action. You'll begin to understand that the future you want is already within reach. Fear is just a temporary hurdle. When you can clearly see the end result, the journey toward it becomes less intimidating, and your fear diminishes in the face of your clarity of purpose. A common mistake people make when trying to overcome fear is feeling like they need to conquer it all at once. But the truth is, you don't have to take a giant leap. Start with small, manageable steps that gradually push you out of your comfort zone. These actions will build momentum and, over time, reduce your fear. It's all about breaking the overwhelming into achievable steps. For example, if you're afraid of public speaking, start by speaking in front of a small group of friends. Each time you take action, no matter how small, you weaken fear's grip on you and strengthen your confidence. Consistency is key. Over time, these small wins add up, and soon enough, you'll find yourself doing things you never thought possible. One of the biggest things that hold people back is the fear of failure. But here's the truth. Failure is inevitable. It's a part of life and, more importantly, a crucial part of success. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it as an opportunity to learn and grow. The most successful people in the world have failed more times than they've succeeded, and it's through those failures that they learn their most valuable lessons. When you shift your perspective to see failure as a teacher, you'll stop being afraid of it. In fact, you'll start welcoming it because you know that each failure brings you one step closer to success. Remember, failing doesn't mean you're defeated, it means you're trying, and that's where true growth happens. Fear is always going to be a part of life, but it doesn't have to dictate your future. By recognizing fear as a sign of growth, reframing it as a stepping stone, visualizing your success, taking small actions, and embracing failure, you can take control of your destiny. Fear is not your enemy. It's a sign that you're on the right path. So the next time fear shows up, don't let it stop you. Let it push you forward. Until next time, keep pushing forward and take control.